Wow. I mean, how do you mess up that ending when you have extra time? How do you mess up the ending when you have extra time? Oh, my God. Good God. Wow. I mean, dude, and they were doing so well, too. They were doing so well, too. I can't even believe that this is, wow. 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 This is really terrible, man. My insides are hurting right now. I got to be honest. Goldberg, I mean, they all night long they set up Randy Orton. Now, I don't know if this is going to continue next week, and I'm missing something here. I mean, the guy literally picked on every legend, and he told Mark Henry to go home. He told Mark Henry to get the hell out of his arena, or something bad was going to happen to Mark Henry. Mark Henry did not get the hell out of his arena. I am so lost right now. I actually went from really hating the show to thinking, you know what? This story with Randy Orton could pay off really well. But it looks like WWE did their classic move of either they're going to drag this on too long for the current audience. I don't know. I mean, wow, put a bullet in my head. Put a bullet in my head. They went from I hated this show to like, yeah, the Randy stuff's getting pretty good. And if it pays off, okay, now it's really looking good. Now when it pays off, it's really going to be pretty good. I'm actually liking it now a lot. Now I'm on board, all on board for Randy. Here we go. Okay, main event is like 30 minutes long, so there's time for Randy Orton to show up at the end or Edge to show up at the end, something like that. Awesome, cool. This could be really good because the story with Randy Orton throughout the night was pretty good. The story with Randy Orton was pretty good throughout the night. Got better and better as he picked on all the legends. It was starting to make more sense and more sense. And I was like, you know what? This is not bad, man. This could end up paying off really well when, Randy Orton shows up here, or rather Edge shows up at the very end. Okay, so that's going to be pretty cool. And then the main event happens, and the main event is like really damn good, pretty damn good. And then, unfortunately, what it looks like happens is, first of all, they're running out of time, and I'm like, oh my God, they don't have enough time to do this thing with, with Edge showing up. And oh my God, they're really not going to do this Edge thing. They really stretch this story all night long with zero payoff. Again! Zero payoff! Again! I watched this fucking show tonight for zero fucking payoff on Randy Orton. Mark, you better get the hell out of here with your bum wheel, with your stupid scooter, Mark. You better get the hell out of here. Something's going to happen to you. Something's going to happen to you. Well, there's Mark Henry cheering with all the legends at the end of the night. Why didn't Orton show up and grab him and throw him in the ring and beat the piss out of him? So there's no payoff. Maybe next week there could be a payoff, and that's what they're doing. Fine, which is a good idea. Problem is nobody knows that. You didn't tell them that. You didn't like Randy Orton should have been looking at a TV in the back and seen Mark Henry and been like, Mark, I thought I told you to go home, Mark. Now I'm going to have to do something I didn't want to do.
There was so much more they could have done with Orton.
Why didn't they do that? Problem. But, dude.
There was so much more they could have done with Orton. But the worst part of it all is that we got no payoff at all whatsoever. It was all for nothing, all for naught.
Just all for a troll on Goldberg.
Yeah, to entertain Vince and then allow Goldberg to come out and end Drew McIntyre's push by literally pushing him. And everything that old bastard said in that process, not only did he make himself sound foolish, but he buried the WWE Championship. He buried Drew, so he buried the champion as well, and he buried the legends. The way he was speaking about everybody was so piss poor. It was The entire segment of his was ass backwards. That ending was awful. That ruined the entire 20-something plus minute match that they had for a main event that was really, really good. Keith Lee and Drew had a very good, entertaining title match.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
I think any goodwill they managed to bring about.
Keith Lee on the Spanish Fly, it looked like he hit his head on the Spanish Fly, like very dangerously, like knocked himself out almost.
Oh, he definitely sent himself silly on that one.
But
that's for sure.
My point in bringing that up is because of the waiting. I don't know if everybody noticed. There was about a 30-second delay of them like wondering, "Are you okay, Keith? Are you okay?" And because they took extra time for him to come out of it and for them to figure out if he was all right, they actually looked like they were rushing the end of the program. So it looked like we were supposed to see another minute to 30 seconds at least of Raw, and it was literally that time that they were like, "Oh shit, are you okay?" in the ring. So they had that going on too, that they were rushing because that moment where Keith Lee might have been hurt took a little bit of time up while they made sure he was all right. And, man, what the fuck did Goldberg say, dude? Why doesn't Goldberg come out and say, like it's like he has no idea what he's going to say at all.
Yeah, no, and he comes out saying that, "Oh, Drew, you hate the legends and you look down on all of them and no one respects you." And it's just like you're painting the guy that's supposed to be carrying this company on its back during the pandemic phase era, whatever you want to call it, Thunderdome era, and you're belittling him. Why? What do you get out of this? What do you gain? And then you're saying that the legends suck too and never stood a chance, that they weren't as good as you are now in your prime, you're better, and that's what you think. It made no sense for him to come at Drew either, because Drew's never acted in such a way. He hasn't been a heel anytime recently that is invoked or
at least
said
Drew said that. At least Drew said that. Like, what do you everybody knows you're crazy, because that's not...
At least he got to confront him, but that's such a weird way to start this angle off.
Do you think that I think that I'm honestly believe that Goldberg ad-libbed that whole thing.
Oh, I think he did, because did he hit his head again? He had a little red spot in his forehead, so did he smack his head on the way out? I'm sure he did.
I don't know about that, but he was sweating profusely everywhere. Like
of course, because he blows himself up just walking up the ramp to the ring.
Good God, man! Like, what was?
I'm not
that?
being mean. It's the truth. I see that red mark on his head, and I'm like, did he hit his head again?
No, he was sweating everywhere. Goldberg was sweating everywhere.
I messaged you, just about 9 o'clock around that, saying it looks like Edge is coming.
Edge,
This seems like that's what they're doing. And then as it got later and later, you and I just became more and more dumbfounded.
But then
we're like, there's a few minutes, they can still do it.
But then we became really optimistic when the main event started, because the main event started at 10:30.
10:30, exactly.
So we're like, oh, this is going to give Edge... And there's Mark Henry at the top of the ramp, who Edge said in his little scooter earlier, "You better get the hell out of here, Mark Henry, or something bad's going to happen to you." So there's Mark Henry at the top of the stairs.
So Mark Henry's going to get attacked by Randy Orton. Edge is going to come out and make the save, and they're going to stop this match. Something like that. Oh, here we go. This is going to be great.
Right. And then, no.
Nothing.
It's Goldberg comes out.
No payoff. God. No... Nothing.
No Edge.
Hint. No Fiend either. No continuation. And the cliffhanger. The big week-long cliffhanger... The way that they concluded this was they threw to an interview in the back with Randy Orton to tell us, "I couldn't go through with setting her on fire."
Yeah,
that's the payoff we got after last week's End 2020 with a shocking bang. Did he set Alexa Bliss on fire? We cut to him backstage. Well, no shit, she's not on fire. She's not in the hospital. We know she's been okay because she's posted on social media. Like, that's why those type of cliffhangers don't work.
Yeah, so there's no payoff to that. There's no payoff to fucking anything! There's no payoff to anything, Vince! Bruce Pritchard, you fat fucking asshole! Like, nothing. Nothing.
They set the Fiend on fire for what?
Why didn't Randy say that, "Yeah, I couldn't set her on fire, but it was fun when I punted her in the head"? And then they cut to video when Raw went off the air, and he punts Alexa Bliss in the head, knocks her out, and he's like... and they take her away in an ambulance, and then he's like, and then Raw starts, whatever the fuck. That's how you start it. You go, there's the cliffhanger. Oh, I didn't light her on fire. I punted her in the head though, and she went to the hospital. That'd have been great. They didn't do that. Oh, I just couldn't do it. So I'm an evil villain guy. Oh, but I couldn't do that, so it didn't happen.
Do it
so
because
we don't know what we're doing.
Me, that I showed mercy. That makes no sense. And I had a love-hate relationship with that entire thing because I hated everything they did to conclude the Alexa Bliss part of it. But I love the fact that they were really getting us with a to be continued, with him bringing up that there's a lot of legends here tonight, and I am the legend killer. And I was like, ooh, that's a good to be continued. I like the end of that. So as much as I hated what he said, I like that, oh, there's more to come. So at that point in time, Randy Orton certainly was a star of the night. He shone brightly. Everything he did, he seemed believable and crazy, and his antics were out there, but yet you could see him actually doing those things.
Yeah.
It was good. It was well acted. I liked it. His match was good with Hardy. Most of the wrestling tonight, I have to say, as far as Legends Night goes, they didn't really parade the legends out one by one and have them do all these super stupid skits. And for the most part, they were kind of in the background. We didn't really have much focus. Drew did the thing with Hogan, which was cool. Of course, Hogan's going to be rooting for Drew and not Keith Lee. We all knew that was obvious. But
that's a great point. The Fiend's dad was on the stage. When you say, where's your crispy son? I mean, dude, you cannot have no payoff in this 3-hour show. So now what this
that's what you leave us with.
What this tells us is that either we literally got no payoff, and all of that stuff with Randy was just done to show that he is the legend killer, and that's it. There was no anything else done. The only other reason it was done is to carry it over to next week, I guess, where this will continue next week for some reason, and I guess then that sort of counts as you did it, I guess. But the problem is, like I said, you should have had him get out of his seat and say oh, I thought I told Mark to go home, but I guess Mark didn't want to listen. And then he gets out of his chair and walks away. And then basically, then the ending happens, and you could have cut that to next week. Or you could have shown that it was going to be next week. And, Mark Henry could have been shown with a WWE official going up to him and saying, hey, Mark, listen, thanks for coming out. Listen, we'd like to, you've been invited back next week by, as a guest, blah, blah, blah. And, thank you for coming. And Mark's like, hey, listen, if I'll come back next week if I'm getting paid. And yeah, you're getting paid. And Mark's like, okay. And so then it's a trap for Mark Henry next week. And then Orton continues, brings him down to the ring. I told you to go home, Mark. And Mark's like, I thought this was about you, but, I took a paycheck and, but listen, Randy.
Legends Night.
Why
did they bring Goldberg back early?
What the fuck?
It's Eric. They should have left Roman Reigns and Goldberg at Smack. Goldberg should have went SmackDown to fight Roman. Why is he fighting Drew?
I don't know, but I mean, either way,
it doesn't make sense. That's a great point too that my stupid brain didn't even think about.
Yeah.
That is a good point because he was supposed to face Roman last year at Mania. He just made comments about Roman sliding him and getting away. So why would he not have challenged Roman for his title?
Because it's
that's a great point. This story is even
you
dumber.
didn't see it coming. You thought it was Roman, but we did go. Well, it's not. It's one of those.
Yeah,
two.
They subverted expectations by doing something else retarded. Yeah. Congratulations, you fucked up even worse.
Or they had Goldberg and they realized that we wouldn't, we don't want to do that with Roman right now.
I know what's going to happen. Here's my ultimate guess.
Okay.
Drew loses the title to Goldberg. Goldberg then goes ahead and gets attacked by a returning face now, Braun Strowman, because Braun's been gone and he's been beefing himself up and posting all these photos with him looking real slim and mean and slender. So they're going to push him with that. So Braun will return, and it'll be a rematch, just like, when Braun, beat him last year, except now Braun will go ahead and get the title back again. So Goldberg will say, I beat you, I couldn't beat you last year. I'll beat you this time.
Why?
And that'll be the WrestleMania rematch.
Why is Braun Strowman still wrestling? This guy sucks. Are you kidding me?
I just have a feeling that because they want Goldberg around, they feel like he saves ratings. We mentioned this before. What do they do every time there's a panic and the ratings drop off, record lowest ratings? They bring back either Lesnar, Goldberg, or both. They rely on legends. They already had a Legends night. They want to go ahead and bring a few people up from NXT, so they're doing that for the Rumble. They do the same things every time we see these rating crashes, like clockwork.
I mean, dude, this is really bad. I mean, he is whatever.
Last year after the Rumble, the ratings plummeted. What happened? Goldberg took the title from The Fiend in Saudi Arabia.
Right.
And then COVID happened, so everything went to shit. But that was their purpose then. They allowed Goldberg to get the title to try and pop ratings on SmackDown.
I mean,
that was the big thing. Oh, Goldberg will be in Boston on SmackDown tomorrow night after beating The Fiend.
They're really going to take the belt off Goldberg at Royal Rumble?
Off Drew?
I
could see them doing it and have and then Braun can beat him at Mania 2 years in a row to make Braun the face again.
But Braun sucks.
Vince
this?
loves rematches and stories like that. We know that.
Oh my God. I mean, this is like, Goldberg's a mess on the mic too. He sounds like, basically like, reminds me of Ultimate Warrior in WCW.
At least Drew was laughing at him saying, I don't want to fight you. It's like fighting my dad, and laughing.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, he basically said everything you were thinking when Goldberg said it. Like, oh, these people, you don't respect them. And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? That's all I do is respect people. I mean, it really sounded like he was really saying that. That didn't sound scripted.
Problem.
It sounded like Drew was like, oh,
that's why I said he was burying him. It sounded bad.
Yeah, I think it was.
It was insulting. Exactly.
I think it was real because Goldberg was like, "Well, I'll come down there and I'll tell him that I want to challenge him for that belt and at the Rumble, and I'll get in his face and I'll say, I think you need to respect me and things like that." And then Vince is like, "All right, sounds good. Whatever, you only got 30 seconds, so just go down there, get that in. Make sure you say for the belt, Royal Rumble. You're challenging him. That's it, and whatever else you can't get out there. Okay, here we go." It almost sounds like that's what they did because Goldberg goes, I don't like being scripted. So Goldberg gets out there, and you can almost see it on Drew's face that he's like, "Well, man, that on the fly, Goldberg decided on the fly, like, you don't respect them over there." And then Drew's like, "What the fuck are you like? What are you saying, you fucking idiot?"
Drew looked bewildered. He looked flustered.
Yes, he did. Drew looked flustered.
He looked like a bit of a panic moment on his face.
Yeah, like, how am I going to get out of?
I took that.
And it was that he was thinking about, what do I say to get out of this? So like,
that's why he was he took a second before responding and then kind of like not stammered, but it wasn't his normal powerful response either away.
He's like, how do I unbury myself and then bury but not bury Goldberg? How do I not bury Goldberg but unbury myself? Like that had to be his
PC response to protect himself. He had to find a way to bring back the title to relevancy and himself as well.
Oh my God.
And as Dwelsh said, I'll bring that up in a second, but yeah, I would say Braun would win again. Same result as last year because Vince likes those repeat stories. And, people are thinking, well, now Lesnar returns. So instead of Braun, it would just be Lesnar. I know we've heard so many times, and AEW apparently is very good about keeping their mouths shut about certain things. They had that Sting surprise. No one knew about, Luke Harper, Brody Lee being sick. That never got out at all, really. So that was surprising. All of these things, people were even talking about how they knew that he might be up for a lung transplant. None of this got out to the public. So they are pretty tight-lipped when they need to be, apparently, once they sealed all the leaks. Except for tapings, there's not much they can do. But, real stuff, they've kept quiet in the back. But I have heard previously, you did as well a while ago, that they were making bids for Lesnar. We didn't know how serious that was, and there was going to be a potential bidding war. Now, was this Lesnar seriously thinking about going to AEW?
Maybe they got Lesnar. Maybe they got Lesnar for Roman, and that's why Goldberg's going to Drew.
Exactly. So maybe that's the case for that side, and they already have Lesnar. Is Lesnar using AEW as a stepping stone to get more money? I'm sure he did in one way or shape form. I don't deny that. He's a very savvy and smart businessman. He gets what he wants when it comes to Vince.
Listen, this was just really bad. I mean,
But that's really quick. That's our nightmare scenario, Joe. It's going to be Lesnar and Reigns and then Goldberg and either Braun or but it's legends again. It's the people we don't want to see. Goldberg and Brock. we have talent that we could.
I want to see Goldberg. I don't mind seeing Goldberg. I just don't want him in the title picture.
Not for the title. For Christ's sakes.
I'll take Goldberg. I don't mind Goldberg. He does excite me a little bit. When he came out, I went, oh shit! But then I thought, what the fuck? Because tonight was just so not the way I thought it was going to go. They built that whole Randy Orton thing up for no reason. They wasted our time again. They wasted our time tonight, and now Goldberg's against Drew. Like, what is going on? So I don't know, but whatever. I don't know what to say anymore about this, because I don't know who is Drew going to face, I guess, besides him. I mean, was there anybody else? Randy's facing The Fiend. There's nobody else for, I guess, Goldberg to face. Who's Edge? Is Edge going to face Randy?
Because Drew doesn't have a lot of people. That's true too. I mean, they don't have people ready to. They're going to have him face AJ again. That's boring. And hopefully he beats Goldberg and they keep going with him. That would be nice. But I don't know what they're going to do at this point in time, because, like you said, they don't have enough people at the ready. You know
what Goldberg should have done, though, to change my whole mind on this whole thing? Goldberg should have grabbed the mic from Drew and said, yeah, and then Drew McIntyre should have been like, so what's this all about? Here we go. It must be Royal Rumble time, huh? For you to start stroking around out here. You come back, the end of the year or whatever. And Goldberg just to be like, yeah, Daddy's back, and Daddy wants that title, bitch. Like, and slap him in the face and be like, and then fucking spear him. Then fucking spear Drew. Like, I'd be like, oh,
that's
shit,
better
Goldberg's
than
crazy.
What we got, obviously.
Instead, Goldberg's like, let me tell you, you don't respect any of those guys back there. And I'm coming for the championship, and I don't know what's. It's like he said all this discombobulated shit. He should have just been what he is, this snarling muscle guy. That's all Goldberg is. Goldberg should have just grabbed the mic and been like, yeah, I got a prediction for you, Drew. You're in trouble because Big Daddy's back, and he's going to spear your ass and take the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and Goldberg wants it at Royal Rumble. Drew, you're next. And then fucking spear his ass and fucking go crazy.
That was
fucking,
just
fucking shake the fucking ropes. Instead, you don't respect those guys in our past, and what the fuck are you saying, dude? By the way,
he
Goldberg
definitely got sent out there with that type of promo that you just said.
What the fuck?
They gave him that on a piece of paper, all nice and printed before. He looked at it, said, I'm not remembering shit. I can't read. I'm dyslexic from hitting my head into doors so many times. And then went ahead and said a bunch of embarrassing shit on the mic in the ring.
Imagine if he like looked around for the mic, and then he grabbed the mic. He grabbed the mic from Drew, and then he walked away. Didn't look at Drew. Walked to the corner. Was like, something. And then he just turned around and speared Drew. And then after he speared Drew, just took the mic and went, you're next, and then spiked it, and then was like,
That's all he needed
and he
to do.
fucking stood
Perfect.
over.
Done.
Like, boom. Instead of being like, your belt and those guys. What the fuck?
Goldberg,
That's not Goldberg.
The secret with Goldberg always has been less is more.
Yes.
Less is more.
And hard hitting. Too hard hitting. Like,
yeah,
power,
well, obviously everything of his
hitting,
needs to be
power, freak.
Exclamation pointed, but
Oh my God, give him some speed.
I'm telling you.
Kill me.
Drew Bar. Just kill
really
me.
Drew Bar. King James in the chat said, Sting hasn't even had a match yet. Probably won't even come close to the AEW championship. Goldberg is a greedy, money-hungry, selfish prick who doesn't give a shit about the wrestling business. It's true.
Look at this stuff. Oh,
Mungry. What a word that is.
Money-hungry.
This show cannot be saved. This show is like AIDS got COVID. Bring the comet. Bring the rapture. Vince needs to pull his ass over his head and swallow.
Oh.
Kill me. Pancakes. 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 Pancakes.
Well, it's funny because Spaz also said kill me, so that's really funny. We got some polls up on Twitter from earlier, too. We're going to get to those as the donations come rolling in. Spaz Phoenix, thank you so much, man. Goldberg might lose. Goldberg might lose the way this came off
He
tonight.
could lose because it's true. You never know.
A little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
I just don't have a lot of faith in that
Look at this
happening.
stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
I'm gonna put the cheap plug here. Come join me and super sexy Jake DeMarco tomorrow night as we preview New Year's Evil. It ain't perfect, but it's better than this shit. Pan motherfucking cake.
Right.
Thank you, Spaz Phoenix, on the Spaz Phoenix podcast on YouTube. And all iTunes and Spotify's.
Break
Thank
the
you.
fourth wall. That conversation may or may not already be recorded. So I'll tell you, it's a good listen.
Thank you, Spaz.
And
the new year.
Alexander in the chat said you can't add one person to fix any of this, and they're so right. They can't add CM Punk. They can't add Goldberg, Lesnar. It's more than just a superstar problem.
Main event was great, but classic WWE ruins it as usual. Does anyone care about Goldberg, honestly?
Well, and here's the thing, Three's Company, come on, knock on a
great
door.
point.
I would have cared more. I would have enjoyed this a lot more had they paid off the Randy Orton stuff. If they paid off the Randy Orton stuff with Edge, and then they had that great main event match, and then Goldberg came out, I would have been like, that was actually pretty good. Like, that was not bad. And like the Randy Orton stuff started getting better and better and better, and it was like, oh man, the Fiend or Edge is going to show up. So this is really good. And then, nope, nothing. Just Randy Orton bullies all the legends, and that's it. There's no payoff. They built up this big time, like, they were just pouring it on that Randy Orton was an evil asshole who's going to get something crazy at the end. Nope, nothing happens.
Nothing at all.
Bitches, Earth Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our friend, Pussy Lips McGee.
And I was born to slay them bitches every single day. I know I don't need to be loved by
Earth Day.
Birthday.
slay them bitches every single day. I know I don't need to be
Bitches, Earth Day.
see my cat on
slay
my crotch.
bitches
I know
every
you love
day.
me much, baby. Ooh, you know it's true.
I slay bitches, Earth Day.
Send my greasy ass into outer
Earth
space
Day.
to raise the hay.
Send my greasy ass into outer space. Send my greasy ass into outer space. I slay bitches, Earth Day.
Birthday.
So everyone backstage was mad at Hogan thinking he was coming to take their spot. Little did they know good old Billy said fuck that, him taking your spot and your money. You gotta love this shit. This is the worst moment in WWE in 2021. What a terrible...
Wow.
Worst moment of the year. 4
Terrible.
days in.
Terrible year.
Motherfuckers.
If you're new, I hope you guys hit that subscribe button live after every single WWE Raw and all the deals. Been doing this since 2012 here on YouTube. Live. Let's go.
year
President
ever.
Trump rally speech was better than Raw, and I hate Trump, and the only thing good about Raw was Teddy Long, and that's all. This was a waste of 3 hours.
It was a waste of 3 hours. I definitely heard that the Trump rally was better.
I can't not chuckle at Teddy. Like, I just, for some reason, it's like, you know, there's certain things that just always make me laugh. He's one of them. He's just such a nice, genuine person. Like,
Yeah.
that he has that kind of exuberant personality. Like, he loved his job, and you can tell he liked doing this. And no one ever really said much of a bad word about him. Like, he was always well revered and liked, and just seemed that way. So him saying, like, you're going one-on-one with The Undertaker, like, it was funny because that's the meme, and it was silly, but I'm glad it was very quick, and then they moved on. Like, it wasn't a big drawn-out thing with him. And I kind of thought that's how the rest of the night was going to go, but they really didn't have many of those legend spots as I thought they would.
Yeah, that sort of, like, I kind of chuckled a little bit, and I really like Teddy Long, but before that, it was so
Hogan
bad.
using his phone to open up the show was okay, and then I hated everything they did with The Miz and Morrison. That just went on forever.
What the fuck was the New Day doing? They were in the ring, and the New
I
Day
don't
was like,
know. They were coming out as the guests. And
they were like yelling, dude. I wanted to die. I don't know what the New Day was doing, but they were so annoying, dude. Fucking Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods were wicked annoying. I couldn't, dude. I wanted to choke them. Like, I was
about
like,
the resolutions, and then, like you said, all the screeching,
They were
and
just
rolling around and
screaming.
jumping and yelling.
Dude.
Like, it was just, how
I was
much
like, are they
crack did you
heels?
guys smoke? Jesus Christ! I
dude,
mean,
I thought they were heels. I'm like, are they the heels? Like,
that's how they were acting. They've been acting like heels for weeks now. Like when they beat the what was it, the Hurt Business, and then they go ahead and they run out of the ring, and they've had that heelish attitude, but they're still faces.
that was
It was just very
wicked annoying.
cringy and annoying. And then, of course, Teddy Long comes out, and I'm like, great, this is turning into a match. But at least Teddy broke up some of the tension, so I guess I was just glad to see him at that point. He made the obligatory tag team play of comments, and I laughed. And then we got to the match, which was only a 13-minute match, but it felt like it went on for a fucking hour.
Yeah.
I don't know. Time stood still for me at this point.
Holy hell, did it, man? This was a mess.
It was just not a good match. They were kind of misfiring at times and not really hitting the best of moves. And the Miz looked like a mess at certain points too. I have nothing nice to say about any of this tag team.
Dude, the Miz and Morrison were terrible, and so wasn't the New Day. And that's what set the tone for me right from the beginning. I went, wow, this is not good. And then it got worse to me, and then the Randy Orton stuff started getting better and better. And then, you know, when he shit on Mark Henry, and then Mark Henry showed up at the end anyway, how was I not supposed to think
that there'd be repercussions? That
somebody was going to attack Randy Orton or help Mark Henry? Like, get out of here with your fucking scooter, or I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And then
especially because he was the one specifically threatened that couldn't run away. Like that was just even more like the exclamation point on that entire thing. You're like, damn, he can't just run away like Big Show or use size to his advantage because he's not mobile. So Orton is a huge threat.
And you're like, okay, you think Edge is going to come out during the Jeff Hardy match? Like, okay, he's going to beat Jeff Hardy and then he's going to not stop at the end and then Edge is going to come out. Nope. And then, okay, at the end of the night, there's Mark Henry at the top of the stage. So at the end of the night, Randy's going to come out and attack him because he said, don't be here anymore. And there's Mark Henry defying Randy Orton, but nothing happens. Randy Orton never attacks.
Randy was taking a shit. Sorry, he thought he had more time.
So
Edge was there waiting, but Orton had to take a shit, and everybody understood. And he was shitting in some diva's bag. So Orton.
So it was just one big waste of time. By the way, Goldberg called the men and the women girls, just so you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna
speaking of girls,
I was going to hear about that.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly?
Bubbly.
Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
A little bit of it.
The only plus is that I get to watch people lose their shit about old man fucking Berg when I have the advantage of knowing this show ain't worth wasting a cum dump on. Someone say it was a good idea so Joe can explode.
Oh, God. No, please.
Oh, my God. Here we go. Well, it looks like we're going to see what happened when it went off the air. Drew McIntyre got up and got in Goldberg's face. But he headbutted him.
Couldn't have overrun that?
He headbutted him in the eye.
Why couldn't they have shown that?
Dude, fucking Drew McIntyre headbutts Goldberg in the eye. Like, for real. Like,
why couldn't they have shown that? I mean, I'm happy we got to see Mickey Boobs. Booby James. Mickey James. She looked great tonight, but...
Oh, this is a GIF, so we can show that, right?
Yeah, we can.
Dude, he headbutts him in the eye.
We can show
Watch
GIFs.
this. He headbutts him in the eye. Boom,
Ooh.
I'll shove you down. And then Drew gets up
right
and...
in his face.
Right in your eye. How about that? I mean,
couldn't we have seen that?
So
they cut right away.
So that's presented by WWE.com and WWE's Twitter account. So Drew gets right up and then gets in Goldberg's face. But all we see going off the air is Goldberg knock down Drew.
Yeah, exactly. That's the shit because you're like, oh, that's Vince's good shit right there. He wants to see him go ahead and get clobbered.
These timing things with Goldberg are always a mistake because he's not good with timing. You know what I mean? So it's like...
not good with anything. I mean, he almost crippled The Undertaker.
And he's sweating everywhere, the poor guy. But I just... What are they doing at the end here? I mean, I just can't believe the Randy stuff wasn't paid off. We watched this guy bully everyone all night, and it's going to be paid off next week probably or throughout the next few weeks. This was so we thought our expectations were that Randy Orton was going to get paid off tonight, but the real thing that they're doing is they're getting heat on Randy going forward. So they used tonight to get more heat. He maybe almost lit Alex on fire, then he lit The Fiend on fire. Then tonight, the entire night, he bullies all the legends. So they are using this, and it is a build-up to a payoff, which will probably be Edge. But it's like, wow. I mean, and listen, I like long-term stuff. It's okay. It's just I felt that tonight there was so much of it laid on that to not pay it off tonight with him, I just thought was a mistake. I don't know.
It was a real mistake. And then WWE being super desperate too. I didn't even catch on at first, but then I saw the reaction on Twitter. I was watching Raw a little behind. I started a little bit late.
Yeah.
And everybody freaking out on Twitter because they mentioned Cardi B. They basically they insinuated that she was there.
Yeah,
and then it ended up being the boogeyman. So that was the ha moment. But everybody and their mother tagged her on Twitter. So Cardi B was responding, and she's like, "What's going on? People keep tagging me in WWE stuff." And Gorilla Strong sent me this part. She's like, "What the fuck? This is not how my WWE debut was supposed to be. Vince McMahon, count your fucking days."
Oh my God.
That's what Cardi B tweeted. So that's
funny as
epic.
fuck. It's actually funny because you know what's going to happen is she's going to end up working with them. Because
now they opened, that was a bridge that they were, the olive branch, I should say.
Seriously, they may have just booked themselves Cardi B by fucking pretending to book her. I mean, listen, you ever seen her without makeup on though? Yikes, she looks like Joe Biden's dick. But no, it'd be nice for them if they could score her with their wet pussy.
Hey Joe, chiming in early, still watching.
Whoa!
I actually really like this show so far. The only way they could ruin it is if Goldberg shows up and challenges Drew McIntyre for a WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble or something awful like that.
That's pretty goddamn funny. Stone Cold Steve Boston.
That was great.
He's in UK.
Freddie Mitchell just tweeted us and reminded us that the finger poke of doom was 22 years ago today.
Oh.
So that's basically equivalent of the Raw ending we got.
The best thing about Raw was Peyton Royce's pussy. And the worst thing about Raw was Asuka's pussy.
Oh, Larry Funk. That's terrible. I mean, man, it's too bad, too, because I'm telling you what, if they paid off Randy, I would have been really happy. But
I wish they did.
The Randy stuff was good, though. Like, it really was good.
Been.
Like, the Randy stuff was good. I'm mad that there was no payoff.
It was good. It just went nowhere. So now it feels like all of it's bad. In a
sense.
It
will go somewhere, but it's just nobody is patient enough to deal with 3 hours of that and then nothing. It's like, I'm sorry. I've said this. Oh, the Soundwave 92.
Oh shit.
Stop punching my car! Oh my God, stop it!
Do you like the Monday Night Raw? I like the Monday Night Raw. But no really. This whole night was Vince just entertaining himself. I quit watching as soon as Teddy said Undertaker and I knew this shit was gonna be a waste.
Yeah, I didn't, I actually, it was really Morrison and the New Day that killed me. They were so bad.
They killed you right at the damn beginning.
Yeah,
Morrison.
The Miz and Morrison.
Hey, ho, ho, that shit's gotta go. And the funny thing is, Miz has been involved in some of, like, the last 3 times that they've had the lowest rated Raws. It's been when Miz and Morrison took on Drew, when Miz and Morrison took on Drew, and I think it was like Sheamus or whoever else. It's been involving Miz. And then they open with Miz, knowing that that's when they're getting the lowest ratings.
Because they're just placeholders. That's why the Miz and Morrison are just...
But why would you even consider that to be your opening when you know that's getting people to tune away and change the channel? Like, proven to change the channel.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, we didn't see Carlito tonight, and it was reported somebody else was missing, too. Candice Michelle and Carlito were 2 of the ones not known why they weren't there tonight. So
I know that sometimes these people get there and they literally go, oops, we don't know what to do with you. But I bet you it was something to do on their end, because why wouldn't they at least put them up on the stage? Who cares?
Yeah, and then we also had Chris Jericho admitting that Matt Hardy had a concussion, and even though he previously denied it, Jericho said that he did have it. No. This was during, or just a few hours ago. So since the last time we talked, this happened.
Admitting it? What do you mean?
Jericho said that let's not forget that Matt Hardy was kicked in the head, and months ago he had a very bad concussion. You can still have collateral damage from that. So Jericho admitted that Matt did in fact have a concussion, even though Matt denied it this whole time.
Wait, he was kicked in the head?
They were talking about a part in the private party match that happened recently.
Oh.
And they're talking about him getting hit in the head, and he's like, "Oh, let's not forget that he was just kicked in the head, and he had a very bad concussion a few months ago." So it was just Jericho being worried about it.
Right.
But they were talking about the match that opened the show for the tribute for Brody Lee.
Yeah.
They were in the opening bout, and that's what Jericho was commenting on.
Okay. I don't get it. Like Matt was denying that. I didn't even know that.
Well, Matt was denying it. Excuse me. Matt kept saying that he never had a concussion. So.
Oh.
And Tony Khan said that he didn't have one either.
Well, we know that the only person that knows is Rebby, because all you gotta do is watch Rebby's account, because then she'll flip out. Like,
when she hears this.
And
John Smith says in the chat, apparently Carlito and Candice Michelle had travel issues. That's why they weren't there.
Oh.
So if that is the case,
wow.
hey, that stinks. But.
And this was the first time where Carlito finally actually really got invited.
Yeah, right. Go figure.
He's been like blackballed, and then he finally gets to be invited, and then he doesn't make it. Unbelievable.
Eva Marie is still supposed to show up at some point. I don't know when, but that is apparently still in the works. Even though Vince apparently told some WWE writers that nobody wants to see women wrestle over men. So,
well, then why does he book them like crazy?
Yeah, exactly. You hear these things, and
I mean, I don't know if I believe.
I don't know if I believe that.
Vince? What the fuck the point is, Vince? What the fuck the point is, Vince?
Goldberg? Seriously, Goldberg, for fuck's sakes, poor Drew McIntyre has to lose to that old bitch. Fuck you, Vince. Die.
Fuck you. That was the slowest thing ever. Shell! Thank you, Shell, for the $9.99. What's up, Shell? Mwah!
What's up, Shell? Happy New Year.
You sexy bitch. I fuck your ass, Shell. No, I'm just kidding. I love you, Shell. What up? Thank you, Shell. Hit that like button down below if you can, everybody. And check out me and Jake on Patreon. We did 2 hours, a 2-hour podcast, audio. It's up on Patreon. Earlier today, we uploaded a little bit of wrestling talk, but up on Patreon is the full 2-hour audio. We talked about the UFOs, the government shit, and all kinds of other funny stuff going on in the world right now. It was a big podcast.
And we also talked about, funny enough, Hulk Hogan and his appearance.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
I got a little funny update for you.
Bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Goldberg. Fire everyone. Like fighting my dad. He looks so old. Good shape for his age, but not any kind of threat. But nothing. So Hogan likes Drew, but Goldberg no? Feels desperate like Dolph. Goldberg
needed to turn heel somehow, not align with Legends. Yeah, that was weird. I don't understand.
Yeah, that's what they needed to have him stand out and be like, I'm not a legend. I am still able to go, and that's why I want that title, like something like that. But
I'm not one of those old decrepit losers on the stage.
Yeah.
This show tonight, Wrestle Kingdom 15 4 hours.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it, Alex Oli. Raw might have killed me. Last night's Wrestle Kingdom 1, I've still only seen 30% of it, so.
I haven't even started it yet. I'm going to catch the whole thing.
In his dumpster fire.
Nice Spanish fly tonight, though.
Bask in his dumpster fire. His dumpster fire. Bask in his dumpster fire. His dumpster fire. Bask in his dumpster fire. His dumpster fire. Bask in his ass dumpster fire.
Was Good Joe the Insane Man Cronin and Jake Big Sexy DeMarco? If Brody Lee tribute was best of its type all time, Legends Night was the worst Legends Night ever. I enjoyed seeing Melina and Tori, but a bunch of legends got buried. Smiley face.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah, and usually they put the
ugly.
legends over too much, but not tonight.
Moss Blaze, thank you, Moss Blaze. What up?
Thank you, Moss Blaze.
Moss
Yeah, we were
Blaze.
talking earlier about Hulk Hogan and how he said that, people acted cold to him, feeling like he was coming to steal the main event. And you and I literally said, no, that's not it. That's not why.
Yeah, it's something else.
And Big Swole tweeted out, she said, nah, I don't think that's it, Terry.
Oh, really? That's funny, man.
In response to that. So I thought that was pretty funny from Big Swole.
Yeah, because we literally said that earlier. That's crazy funny.
Yeah, and she said it right as we were talking. She tweeted it out at 3:22. So
wow. She heard
go
us,
figure.
mentally heard us.
talking about.
That is pretty fucking funny. And, what's he got to do? Give his blood? I don't know. But, maybe he hasn't done enough. Maybe other people are being too. Maybe they'll never forgive him, so it doesn't matter. I mean, maybe that's all it is, and
that's just saying that people can never change. They can't grow. They can't become better or worse.
I would have thought that he would have said. By the way, if you guys did not listen to our podcast earlier today, 900 people did so far. Probably over 1,000, but the numbers aren't showing up. You guys gotta go listen to that and don't miss him in the future. It's
not all wrestling talk either. Starts with wrestling, but not all wrestling.
Yeah, it's a big one, man. It's a big swole. In fact, I'm gonna go look at Big Swole's tweet because it's fucking hilarious.
But ADO said on Twitter that he brought up the attention that obviously Mustafa Ali and all of Retribution, not seen it on Raw at all tonight, not even mentioned, just nothing, total ghost town. The hell was up with that? And apparently he was irate after what he witnessed on Legends Night. I didn't get to see it yet, but
who's irate?
Who's irate? Mustafa Ali. Apparently he cut a good promo on WWE's Raw Talk after the show. I didn't hear it yet, but what are they doing? Retribution was already a dead angle, but my God, they don't even have them on TV at this point. Just what a travesty. Mustafa Ali is so damn talented. I wish this was like the big break he needed, but this faction just did not work out. Ron sent it our way too. Suburban Cowboy, thank you.
The Suburban Cowboy. Man, thank you to the Suburban Cowboy. Much appreciated, dude. I don't know, man. Yeah, I think that
I'm trying to go through the night and think like the AJ Styles versus Elias match wasn't bad. It really wasn't.
Yeah, that stuff they did too was kind of funny with the guitar and everything. That was
So and then the Styles Clash looked great. Get the clean pin, and then after everything, Riker comes in and then goes to hit Styles and then almost kicks the guitar and they back down. The guitar like exploded when it almost hit it. That was funny.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh my God, like it was good. It worked for me. It wasn't anything amazing, but okay. It's continuing their little feud and gives us something to do. And it would have
been better than the goddamn opening of Miz and Morrison.
Exactly. That was a much better.
Remember last night
opening, feeling all of it.
Do you remember last night when I was telling you the formula, or maybe it was in our podcast earlier today, when I was telling you the formula of what I'd like to see instead of what they do, and they literally just did the like the Hogan opening was fine, like all right,
was very quick and short-lived, and that was like a little mini promo. That was okay.
But then, then it should have gone into something crazy. Like
it should have gone right into the cliffhanger of the Orton stuff with Alexa Bliss. It should have gone right into where they left off, just like Matt said. He's right about that. We didn't get any of that until after all the New Day Morrison stuff happened with Miz. And then it was just Charlie interviewing him, and he quickly was like, oh, yeah, I couldn't set her on fire because the Fiend changed me.
It was so bad.
It made no sense. It was totally deflating, and none of that angle was good anyways. Like you could at least justify no one came out to help Bray or the Fiend as he was being set on fire because they agreed to set themselves on fire in that match.
Yeah.
So like you could say like they're culpable. They agreed to this. It's on them.
Yep.
But no WWE official, producer, anybody, Pierce, no one's going to stand by and watch Randy Orton set Alexa Bliss on fire. So no one comes out and tries to stop that. No one, they make things so fantastical that it really feels impossible to suspend disbelief and enjoy any of it. So
no, it was so.
And cliffhangers like that, as I said before, they don't work. Time elapses. We've had NXT and SmackDown since then. So obviously there's not a dead body burnt to a crisp in the ring still. Something, needs to be done. So when we come back to Raw, you can't just pick up exactly where we left off. It's not like a regular normal TV show. We know time passes. It just, none of this shit works.
I would score, I would probably score Raw. Like, we've been giving Raw a lot of 1s and 2s. I'd probably, because the Orton stuff was pretty good, but then didn't have the payoff, and because they didn't pay off the Alexa Bliss stuff, the Goldberg shit was weird, but the main event was good. And then just about everything else was shit.
The AJ match was decent. I didn't like the Asuka and Charlotte match with Lacey and Peyton. I just didn't care for that. I'm glad that they won, but I hated the way they won with Rick getting involved and Charlotte, after Lacey was trying to make out with Rick and completely molest that poor, old, helpless, defenseless man. Charlotte goes ahead and is irate and completely explodes on her father, telling her to get out and get out of my business, and motherfucks him up and down. So what the fuck was this? What was the point?
What was that?
Why?
Like, what?
Why did they want fans to hate Ric Flair? Why do they want us not to like Charlotte? Why do they want us to see them fighting?
I think they turned Charlotte
heel. And they have
heel.
Rick act like a face after too backstage again.
Because they were
this.
turning Charlotte heel. That's what it was. They think they just turned Charlotte heel with that. That's what that was.
You think that was what they intended there?
Yes, they were trying to turn Charlotte heel.
And smack my ass and call me Susan, because that did not work. That was horrific.
I know, because you can't tell what are they.
I can't tell that was intended.
Who's
to be
the bad
a heel
person?
turn.
Who's the good person? Is Charlotte the good person for telling her horny old guy dad that he's a bad, like, what are you doing?
She's so empowering. I wasn't taking it as I took that more as her being like the SJW types, standing up for women and don't be a womanizer, dad. And that's why she told him off instead of.
I don't know. I can't see.
I saw her doing something stupid, awful like that instead of a heel turn, because she's still with Asuka. So the heel turn,
You're
I don't
right.
know if that works.
I don't know. You're right. That's weird. You're right. I didn't even.
It's
I
just so
misinterpreted.
weird. It's confusing and it
Oh my
doesn't
God.
work.
It was cringy, and I was like, didn't they already do this before? Now they're doing it again? Like, what the fuck's going on? Like, that was what oh my God, dude. He's like, I'm going to put my daughter over by being a creepy fuck. That's what we're going to do.
As compared to her girl dad.
Why
yes.
not have the heel team slap Rick or something, and then Charlotte saves her dad from being attacked by somebody?
Moment that you see pretty often with those things. Or even have Rick catch Lacey going to give him a punch or something, and then she tries to like flirt her way out of it, and then Charlotte knocks her out, like something like that. And then no one Rick doesn't have to actually take a bump, no one gets hurt, and then it still works.
I don't get it.
None of this makes sense. That's their problem lately too. They don't know, like,
but again,
Keith
Lacey
supposed to be cheered. He's supposed to be a face, but then Keith's facing Drew, so he's the heel. But yet, when it was him and Sheamus, he was saying Sheamus was going to turn, but then Sheamus did kind of turn, so he was right and justified in what he was saying. Like, what are you doing? Why is it so convoluted? Why is this so complicated?
Oh my God!
Is he good or is he bad? Make this shit simple, please.
I can't believe this, but the legendary piece of shit, Dom DiMaggio's in the chat. Dom, I hope you die, you son of a bitch. Get out of here, Dom. Get the hell out of my Red Sox chat, Dom DiMaggio, you piece of shit. I hope Carl Yastrzemski shoves a bat up your ass. You hear me, Dom? In the chat, Dom DiMaggio, you son of a bitch. I'm sorry.
Oh, shit.
None of it makes sense. I just know that her tits are smaller now. You know that? We eat our own city. In the city of Philly, we eat shitty.
I love the way you say tits.
Tits.
We can survive off our motherfucking own feces. In Philly, we're gritty. In Philly, we're gritty. We're Soul City, and we'll eat our own shitty. In Philly, that's why our mascot looks like a.
Fuck WWE, fuck Hogan, fuck Vince, fuck Bruce, fuck Ron Simmons, fuck Tatanka, fuck IRS, fuck Jimmy Hart, fuck Mark Henry, fuck Big Show, fuck Bill Belichick, fuck the Patriots, and most importantly, fuck Bill Goldberg.
Buffalo Bills dick sucker. Thanks for the 8-8. Appreciate it, man. Hey, at least you guys beat the shit out of Miami the other day. That was pretty cool, right? I mean, they got the hell beat out of them. Buffalo, you crazy bastards. Let me see here. Thank you, Buffalo. We're gonna play some more, man. We're actually behind here quite a bit.
I think we are backed up a little bit. Is Jinder injured? He's injured, right?
I haven't seen him in forever. It's been like a year.
Feels like it's been all COVID season.
I didn't know he was that injured. Apparently, he's pretty fucking injured.
I can't remember the last time we've seen him. So
I don't remember. I don't remember us talking about how he's hurt or anything either. So I don't even.
Yeah, that's I don't recall. Maybe someone in the chat remembers, but I do not remember.
ACL? I mean, I don't know.
And then it's funny, like at the beginning of the night, they're pushing us with Hogan approval for Drew.
Yeah.
So they're having him face Goldberg.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting myself. seam into the ceiling. I'm coming, and my balls have turned blue. 9 bucks, suck my dick.
Malibu.
JD must be having an
What's up, Malibu
aneurysm
Al?
right now. You know he's going to throw a fit tonight. I'm gonna watch him for the first time in 7 months to hear a good old fuck you Bill Goldberg. He may blow his brains out live on stream.
Let's hope he
Time
does.
to get your popcorn.
Malibu Al, thank you, man. I hope he does
A
die.
little bit of the bubbly.
Hope he gets midget COVID.
Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Hey Corey, you fat hooker bitch and your ass pirate husband, you can't control Joe's show like I said last night. Get on your knees and I spray your face.
Oh my God, AJ Adams, go after that whore Cora. What the? Oh, Cora, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, well, she's one of Drew's lackeys now, so you know. Usually, Drew typically pollutes my audience into scumbags like he did to Gina and all those other fuckers. And now he's working his way through the audience again, just like he usually does with his big lips and his fake show.
AJ was going down.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Just like that
Going after
fucking,
Cora last night. So.
just like Alex.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Fucking annoying fuck.
That would be hilarious if Drew said, "What are you smoking?" Lol, and how do they get away with calling themselves a legitimate show and cut IT off after 3 fucking hours with a push?
Right.
Goldberg
Yeah,
pushing
exactly.
Drew at it cuts off. A push?
A
I
push.
mean-
They literally could have shown the headbutt afterwards. That response made a difference.
Yeah.
It actually made a huge difference to that ending. Enough to the point where they tweeted it out, but they couldn't show it on TV. It was 3 seconds afterwards. The fuck
Yeah, I
outta
mean,
here.
they've done this before, though, for years.
I know they
so
have
it's
so
not a
many
big deal.
times, but why?
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. That's
Want
it.
some bubbly?
They
Just
timed it
can't help
wrong.
but shoot themselves in the foot.
A little
Keith
bit
Lee
of the
got hurt.
bubbly.
That's it.
How much you wanna bet we get a triple threat title unification match at Mania? Goldberg versus Big Slow versus Bork Laser.
Ah, that'd be even worse, but that could happen too. And Shell did say it played in Canada. That's because they have different commercial breaks than the United States, you know, different markets. So they
Wow.
see things different at commercial breaks at different times than we do. Same thing in the UK.
Laughing at WWE, thanks to the donation. And yeah, a lot of people are going to stay up to make sure they catch Wrestle Kingdom Part 2 tonight, you know?
Yeah.
Good luck.
What else we got?
The hell of a card.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want
That's
some
it.
bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Watching Raw was like watching Bullfag anal gape his niece and Tommy butt
Oh.
fucking that cracker whore Crystal, and yes, I destroyed Drew's show last night.
Thank you, AJ Adams. Appreciate it. And
Jesus,
I'll-
AJ.
I also got to shout out, I don't know why the I got to fix this. The membership alerts aren't going off. So Ryan, Mr. Ryan Nickerson, thank you very much for becoming a member. Appreciate it, brother.
The toxicity was AJ.
Yeah, he's a nice toxic man. I love him, man.
Dunkachino?
that toxic masculinity.
What's my name?
Dunkachino.
Dunkachino.
It's a new game.
Dunkachino.
You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend.
Say hello to my chocolate blend.
Goldberg, 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 Jake, Big Daddy, Cool, DeMarco, Goldberg, Goldberg, Joe, the podcast, Cronin, Goldberg, Goldberg, Goldberg.
Botch Club.
Hell yeah, Botch Club.
Botch Club. The Wrestle Daily. Follow them on Instagram now. Tons of clips now.
Kevin Nash must have booked this tonight cause this was the finger poke of doom in modern day form.
That's right, Freddie Mitchell. It really was. I gave you credit for that before, saying that. You know, that really felt that way. Instead of the finger poke, we got a push, a shove to
Oh
Drew.
my God, dude. It was, I don't know, bro. And then Drew got up and just nuzzled his face. So, I mean, you know,
That's what I'm saying. It's embarrassing.
it was ugly. I mean, that was bad. I mean, shoot.
The whole thing was just embarrassing. After they had a really good match.
Yeah, really good match.
Here we go. Oh,
Keith Lee landed on his head.
Oh, no.
That's why we missed it, because he landed on his head.
What if instead of Goldberg versus Braun, we get Riddle versus Goldberg for the WWE title at Mania after Riddle calling out Goldberg?
Oh, God. They'll never do that. They're treating Matt Riddle like a fucking idiot. So that won't
They let
happen.
him win over Lashley tonight, which is something I want to still get into with you. But
Yeah.
they
that is
could.
weird.
I'd be fine with Riddle versus Goldberg, but it seems like they really want this Hardy Bros gimmick to take flight.
Yeah, and Matt Hardy shit on it which was
Matt Hardy
funny.
said it was like the fake Diesel, fake Razor,
Right.
but which was hilarious. But Ryan, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, unfortunately, I hope that's not the case, but
God.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny.
Hey!
Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. Happy fucking birthday. Oh my god, so fucking horny. Oh my god, so horny. Oh my god, so horny. Happy birthday. Oh, honey, honey, honey. Donation, donation. Time, time. Put it in my round bum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys are hilarious as always. I love seeing Milfy James.
It's
Bad that I, a fat out of shape wrestling fan, can jog and retain stamina better than some 53-year-old former champion. Oh, by the way, donating based off my horniness.
Yeah, show me your dick. YouTube.
Da.
About to come down the aisle. YouTube.
Yeah, Booby James looked great tonight. I mean,
yeah.
Mickey Tits. I mean, damn it, Mickey James. I keep getting that fucked up. Yeah, she looked great.
The Jericho haters are out tonight too because we were complaining about old ass Goldberg, but Jericho hasn't almost killed anybody.
It's about how he's working.
Yeah.
First of all, it's about how he's booked. It's not about that. Sting's back too, but he's not booked retarded.
Mickey James pussy. Yum, 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 yum. Mickey James pussy. Yum, 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 yum.
Sorry, I would shut up, devil. Relax yourself. Let's be grown adults. That's disgusting. That's goddamn disgusting, devil. You son of a bitch.
And maybe they had
Oh
Hogan.
my god, I'm so fucking horny.
Oh,
my
shit.
god, I'm so fucking horny. Oh my god, I'm so fucking horny. Happy fucking birthday. Oh my god, so fucking horny. Oh my god, so horny. Oh my god, so horny. Happy birthday. Oh, honey, honey, honey. Donation, donation. Time, time. Put it in my round bum. Yeah. Yeah.
Tonight I give 4/10 definition. It's the cock
Cockmeister.
that had promised that could have been a contender. The cock that you call Captain Winky. It's the cock well it seems views cock and it looks real to me, Brian. It's the cock that has herpes simplex and hurts when you pee.
Cockmeister.
Thank you, Cockmeister. Yes. 4 out of 10. I'm going to give tonight a 4 out of 10 as well. And I would have given it.
That's what I was going for. Yeah.
I would have gone higher if that Randy Orton shit paid off, and it might pay off next week and the week after that. But you know what I mean? I wanted it to pay off tonight. I'm fucking.
I was at a solid 5 until Goldberg showed up. That because I just know what's coming. We've seen him come in and wreck shop. He took out Kevin Owens. He took out The Fiend.
Yep.
Look at this stuff.
This is the CM Punk fucking WrestleMania.
bubbly. That's it.
Can we please see a 20-minute match where Goldberg gets beat down bad? Can we just get an ounce of realism? Who would win, Goldberg now or Goldberg 20 years ago, which is basically Drew? Creative treats us like idiots. I wanted to see show be
Well, diverse, and that's why fucking Goldberg should open up WrestleMania defeating some younger person who's fucking annoying, like Dolph Ziggler. Like, you know what I mean? Like in an opening match in 3 minutes.
What else we got? Oh,
Having
a little
Goldberg
bit of the bubbly.
do those type of matches is fine, but not go for the title.
Right.
A little bit of the bubbly. That's it.
They don't want none, nope, they don't want none. Come suck my dick and show me your tight cunt. My Brahma bull with Obama's strength ain't no one man enough to take anal. These ass wipes get no respect, ain't no one breaking the timing.
Oh, man. AJ Styles lyrics. Breaking it down for us. He's lucky he still has his lyrics after that CFO's not there.
Yeah, exactly.
How does he get to keep his theme? I'll never know. Thank
contract.
you for the donation.
I wonder if he bought into
Do a
the
little
rights or
basketball
something.
dance off the
That's a
concrete.
good point.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little
here,
meth head
speaking of
devil
cunt.
worshippers.
Right.
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Go ahead.
Oh, this review sucks already. It makes Monday Night Raw look like a 10 out of 10 in comparison.
Now, Bulzie, yeah, you know what your face does? Your face makes D. Welsh's face look like David Hasselhoff, okay? All right? Bulzie, your brain makes a fucking goddamn Down syndrome bus accident look like a fucking goddamn fucking...
Bulzie's mom holds a Guinness World Record for biggest mistake. It was on Bulzie's birthday.
I'm sorry. Makes your goddamn brain look like fucking has a master's degree. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Do a little
All right,
basketball dance off the concrete.
That was fucked up.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers.
I couldn't even get it out.
I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
What now, Bozy?
Why does Dwelsh face look like a sea turtle?
Because
he's endangered. Leave him be.
he's endangered and his mom fornicated with one. What's your excuse for looking like a crooked-eyed cum guzzler? All right, that's what I want to know. What's your fucking excuse for looking like a crooked-eyed cum guzzler? Okay.
Bulzie was born from pre-cum.
Yeah, is that why you see fucking all he does is walk around fucking schools now? Good job, Bolsey, you sick weirdo fuck. God damn it. 666 watching right now because you, Bolsey. All I want to do is choke you out and throw you in a ditch somewhere. That's what I want to do. Infowars.com. How about that?
So I wonder if that's why this sounds crazy tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist, but they paired Hulk Hogan with Drew. Maybe they did that knowing that they wanted people not to like Drew anymore.
That doesn't make sense because he's the face.
I know, but maybe because they want Goldberg to be cheered, so they were like, oh, first we'll pair, Hogan with Drew, and then we'll make Goldberg talk crap about Drew at the end, saying how he doesn't respect anybody, and we'll really get Goldberg over. Like,
what was that?
I could picture them doing some stupid bullshit. That's how it feels because it's so asinine the way they delivered all of this tonight. The way everything was handled feels just so muddled and convoluted and ridiculous. How you can't willingly choose to fuck things up this bad. It just has to all be oversight. I swear.
I don't know what the goal of this was tonight. I have no
Because
idea.
if this was all on the script and it came out as planned, then a lot of people need to be fired.
I know that Hogan's a face though, so that doesn't matter. But
oh, I know, but I'm saying since they know people have a problem with Hogan still, even though he's a face, they know people have issues with Hogan's racist rhetoric previously in the past and stuff like that. So
Cardi B is like, was Cardi B on Raw before?
No.
Why is she posting this like she was on Raw?
Because they teased her name, as I was mentioning earlier, with the Angel Garza story.
Yeah, but what's this video?
They said, "Hey, Cardi B," and they made it like she was there, but really it was the Boogeyman. So,
but what's this? Cardi B just tweeted this thing where it looks like she's on Raw. Unless somebody edited the live thing on
I think they edited it just for her to...
Look at that. Looks like she's at Raw. It says WWE Live on the bottom. That's funny.
I see it and it looks legit, but...
Yeah, somebody edited it, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty funny.
She said, well, don't got to tell me twice. This is me on my way to get WrestleMania to get my check.
All right. I mean, you got to work with them now, Cardi B. Come on. Let's see what...
She said, I haven't watched in years. I was just confused on all the WWE tweets I was getting. Before this thing, I last heard about it was about a sexy wrestler named Carmella. That's what she said.
Well, let's go ahead and... I think Goldberg should stick to the spear, especially on big people who are bigger than him. Let's listen to Mustafa Ali real quick.
A night like tonight is exactly what is wrong with this company. 3 hours to guys that can barely walk?
Respect, dog.
Oh, respect. Listen. I'm not bewildered. I know exactly that the generation before me paved the way. But when the hell are you going to let me walk on that path? Guys like Drew Gulak, Akira Tozawa, myself, all of Retribution not on the show. Why? Because we need to hear what you're going to do, brother, again for the 7th millionth time.
But did you hear the cheers when you heard?
Yeah, they pumped them in real good, the cheers.
They pumped them in real good, the cheers. By the way, Hogan barely did anything tonight. It was the other people who took up the time.
Again,
I know, that's what I'm saying. He didn't hardly have any role.
Millionth time.
But did you hear the cheers when you heard?
Yeah, they pumped them in real good. The cheers, they pumped them in real good for them, huh? Yeah, they were cheering. I'm sure they were.
Travis said it to me, and a few other people made light of that too, that the noise tonight was intense. It actually bothered me a few times. I had to mute it, and
really,
it was just when they pump in that fake crowd noise, it's like a white noise machine that you get for infants and stuff, where they just, even when you get a live crowd, there's not a constant noise.
Yeah.
But when they have the Thunderdome, there's that behind the announcers, they keep that kind of like fan static. Then they raise and lower, and then you can just tell it's the fake chants for the pin counts and the ring outs and all of it. So it's just the combination of it actually gets on my nerves.
It's weird. I'm actually I actually was going to mention this weeks ago that I feel like they've got it down pretty well now, where I don't really notice it anymore, and then it kind of sounds authentic to me. But that's just me. I don't know. It didn't used to. It used to piss me off, and they didn't have it right at all. It was all over the place. They didn't know what they were doing. But now, to me, it sounds... I don't know. It sounds like they've got it down pretty good now, but I mean, no doubt it's pumped in, though. Let's hear what else he says.
This business further this company. But no. Let's push them all aside. Let's give 3 hours to people that need... They can barely walk.
You got to change your attitude, first of all, to get a good, you know what I'm saying? To get a good spot.
And the reason they can't walk is because they had such successful careers in years past. You
Right.
know, with their bodies on the line to
do what? To further the
legends,
industry,
man.
to allow this industry to grow. They paved the way. They carved a path. When do I get to walk on that path? And for anybody that doesn't understand what I'm saying, it's not because I'm talking fast. It's because you're listening slow. This place needs change, and I am that change.
See, he's
not wrong.
He kind of sounds like what the Seth Rollins character would be if Seth Rollins wasn't a comedy act and he was dead serious, that I'm the Messiah and we're going to do this. That's what I like about Mustafa.
Seth was a joke. Well, Mustafa could be really damn good. He can cut awesome promos. I really was hoping with the hacker thing that this was going to be something exceptional, like him threatening people and then being a heel as a hacker. If they did a real intense hacker gimmick, think about it, it could be like where he's really prying into personal details and like the GTV stuff, but more in seedy undertones, like really get into people's issues. Where first the hacker revealed, that Mandy was turned on by Sonya. That was a good thing. That was interesting, and then we got nothing. That would have been really cool to get something different with that, but he gets buried constantly, and I hate using that word, but it's true. He gets the shits of all of it.
You could almost do it like, like he goes into the emails and he sees where he requested something months ago, and he got a one-word answer back, but then he found an email that they send and how much they paid Hulk Hogan or something like that, and he could have been like, look, they paid him this much money for his appearance. Here's what they paid me. Does that,
And a hacker's smart. They can reroute travel, and he took over the freaking GPS coordinates for Hogan's ride, so his limo driver didn't drive him to the arena. He drove him somewhere else, and now Hogan's kidnapped. You could do some fucking,
Oh my God!
You can still have fun with it, but have a kidnapped Hogan storyline and really go far with it. Have Vince paying ransom.
It'd be
Come
funny
on,
if
have fun.
Hogan's at like Bill's restaurant instead. Oh my God, dude! In the whole night, Hogan's just at the restaurant, and some guys are like, "Hey, aren't you that wrestler from back in the day? Yeah, you're Hulkamania or whatever. Oh, Hulkamania." And then Hogan's like, "Yeah, brother, whatever. Okay, like, you want a picture or what's going on?" "Yeah, I want a picture with an old crusty asshole or whatever." And then Hogan gets in a bar fight, and you know what I mean?
And have him clear house. Yeah, just wreck shop.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fucking hilarious. Yeah. All because Mustafa Ali hacked his shit and kept him away from the arena.
Exactly. Doesn't have to kidnap him. Just fucked with him, ruined his night. So now we don't get the legend, but we still
and
get
they get to
shoot. That'd be funny.
And they can shoot it like a movie type of thing, except not how they do it, but how I would do it. And the guy, Hogan breaks a pool cue off on somebody, and hell, maybe there's another guy at the fucking bar who knows who likes Hogan. So then he teams up with Hogan, and Hogan ends up making friends with some guy named Barry from fucking whatever the local bar.
Have that guy rip off his shirt to have a Hulkamania shirt on underneath it.
Yeah, I watch Raw here every week.
Yeah, something,
I don't know.
Just
whatever.
Just something stupid. But they can do fun things. But instead, we get the same. It's just always the same. And that's why I was hoping with COVID, when they couldn't have fans there, I appreciate they've got some noise with the Thunderdome, but the fake noise does get to me because I just can't ignore it. I appreciate they're trying, but it's not working. They could take creative liberties, and when they do it the wrong way. We get the swamp match or the Money in the Bank, which was fucking ridiculous. They need a little bit of guidance. They need to be pointed in the right direction. And I swear things could be better told. And because
Hogan's
look at
like,
Reigns.
Mustafa Ali's the bad guy for sure, brother. We used to beat them back in the day, dude.
You look at Reigns and what he did with basically Jey Uso and everything they accomplished together between their Clash of Champions and the Hell in a Cell match, those were more cinematic matches than actual matches than anything, because they told stories that were so focused and that familial presence was so heavily implied through all of those matches that it was like a cinematic bout. It was really interesting and a different type of match. That's something new for the COVID times. They're talking, but we can hear it because there's no crowd. So they're having a dialogue with each other. So that stuff is scripted. So it's interesting. Do more like that. Utilize the fact that there aren't people that or do outlandish stunts. While you have the chance, give us something new, or at least try and be different.
Yeah, that'd be really nice.
I mean, the stuff tonight with Orton was well acted and well delivered. He did a good job. Everyone he worked with, Big Show, Mark Henry, Ric Flair, all three of them gave him something to work with, and they worked off him well. I had fun with watching that. Problem is, though, it's so repetitive. How many times have we seen this gimmick with Randy Orton and these people? How many times has he attacked them over the years? How many legends has he attacked? It's so tedious.
That's why.
So yes, it was well done, but it's so fucking boring.
That's why it felt so much like there's going to be some kind of swerve payoff tonight with Edge or somebody, because this is too obvious that he's bullying everybody.
Absolutely. So I'm right there with you, because I couldn't.
You were the one that brought it up first. Like you brought it up first. It's going to be Edge, and I was thinking it a little bit, but I was like, no, that's going to be the Fiend or something. And then when you said Edge, I was like, yeah, you know what? It's going to be Edge. It's not going to be anybody
really
else.
Seemed like that was the intended purpose. That would have been the ultimate payoff,
and it will be. That's the thing, is it will be. But for tonight, so in the end, I want to make it clear that most of that was good tonight. We liked it for the most part, but in the end.
Just a repeat yet again.
In the end, the story may end up being a good one and a good idea and everything else. But as far as tonight, without a payoff tonight of some sort, or a teaser of a payoff, and nothing happened to Mark Henry, I'm sorry, I have to grade it kind of not fairly, not very good, because even though they were about to score with me, they were literally about to score with me. I was about to give that shit a fucking, probably a 7 out of 10, like. That was a 7 out of 10 story all night long. Good stuff from Randy Orton. But when there's no payoff,
I was enjoying it. And if we had a really impressive payoff, it would have been a high note for sure. A good kickoff to 2021.
Yeah, and I would have said, wow, 7 out of 10 on that. 7 or 8 out of 10 on the main event match. And so you got two positive things that happen on Raw. And now you're talking about really about an hour's worth of meaningful content. Because Randy's attacks all night would add up to about 20 minutes or so. The main event adds up to about 30, 20 minutes or so. So you're talking about close to 1 hour of thumbs up entertainment. And even if I gave the other hours thumbs down or thumbs middle or whatever, I still think that it's a pretty good thing if you can get 1 hour of interesting stuff. Because even back in the day, in the Attitude Era and stuff like that, there would be one major story that you'd be super interested in, and maybe there'd be like another little one. And sometimes, to be honest, the rest of the show you'd watch, and it was just sloppy matches and little sloppy stories here or there. But at least there was stuff going on left and right to make you go, okay, whoa. So most of the stuff was kind of like, all right, it's not bad. But the major thing that was going on was so fucking good that it was crazy. So that's why in the Attitude Era, you can go back and watch Raw 1998, 1997, and sometimes, you watch it and you're like, yeah, 60% of the show was just, whatever. But that main event stuff with Austin and McMahon, or that whatever with The Undertaker, was so good that it was fucking amazingly good. So they had so much meat on the top of it that it puts over the whole fucking show as epic. Whereas nowadays, it seems to be that everything is sort of blah. And if something is really pretty good, it's still not that level. And things that are bad are super bad. Like, so it's like they come nowhere close to what they used to do. But yeah, that Randy Orton thing, even if they pay it off in the next couple weeks, which they will, because now this Randy Orton thing is a long-term story, because they've already built it week after week after week. But it just feels bad that we didn't get a payoff tonight after 3 hours of watching that, when we were like, where's this going? And the answer is it's going somewhere, but not tonight. But we really wanted it to be tonight. But I've been saying this about WWE, is that they don't understand that these long-term stories don't work if a payoff doesn't happen. And then not only that, Jake, but you bring up the great point of last week there was this big cliffhanger, and there's no payoff to that. So there's no payoff. The only payoff is they don't want to pay anything off because they want to just keep telling you how bad Randy is. Randy's bad. He's bad. He's bad. But if he's that bad, why didn't he do that to Alexa Bliss? So there was no point to what they did last week. It was literally an old episode of what did they used to call it? Somebody in the chat, who's 50 years older? Who's older than 50 years watching us right now? What was it called? There was old shows back in the day, and the TV shows, and how they would end, or there would be a commercial break, and what would happen is it would look like the person, the good guy, dies, and then they would go to a commercial break, and then you come back and you'd see how the guy got away. So there'd be like a gunfight, and then all of a sudden, like the car would blow up that the guy was standing next to. And then the bad guy would look at the car and he'd go, ah, and the car was blown up, and then the commercial would happen. Then they'd come back and they would actually replay the scene. And then you'd see a different angle where the guy gets shot at, and as he sees the car get shot, he dives out of the way, and then the car blows up. It's an old classic style. It was I don't know who came up with it or what the reason for it is anymore in film. I don't remember now what it was called. And yeah, it's a cliffhanger. You know cliffhangers, but there was something else I think that it was called. It's not quite a cliffhanger.
Yeah,
I want to say it was something else. I saw because we talk about cliffhangers now where you're like, oh my God, what happened? It's a cliffhanger episode. But this was specifically one episode. You'd watch one episode that could be 30 minutes long, and or it would be even in a movie. A movie would be like this, and the entire movie was a TV movie, and every single commercial break was a cliffhanger. Every single commercial break was a cliffhanger. But I feel like there was another word for it, and I just can't remember. And I don't remember it. One of the biggest...
Chat's stuck on cliffhanger. It's not cliffhanger. We know that much. But
no, it might be, but I thought there was another word for it besides cliffhanger. Hitchcock...
It's not misdirection.
Shy Guy says Hitchcock came up with it. Yeah,
yeah, Batman, they did that, same bat time, same bat channel. That's what I was thinking.
I saw a movie a long time ago. I saw a movie a long time ago that was it was something with those type of cliffhangers. I actually watched it as a kid.
Yeah, recap sequence, serials, to be continued.
Let me try to look it up. Oh, here it is. It's called, I think this is it. Yeah, it was the movie, the first time I ever watched it, I think it was the movie The Crimson Ghost. Yeah, it's The Crimson Ghost. Oh my God, that movie was from is that really from 1946? Remember The Crimson Ghost? Crimson Ghost did that all the time. Every episode throughout it, there would be another thing where the guy would get away, or the whatever the case would be. That was a movie. I was trying to think of another movie where I saw it too, but I just remembered that's a movie. I couldn't think of a good example, but yeah, Crimson Ghost was one. My God, is that really 1946?
That's super old.
My dad loved that movie and or whatever, that series, and I really enjoyed it. That I gotta go watch that again. Wow, that's definitely the movie. A good example of that type of situation. But yeah, that's sort of what we were. Why did I get into this? Oh, that's what they did last week with Alexa Bliss. Yeah,
cliffhanger.
But the difference is, I feel like in the Crimson Ghost, like they didn't just make it seem like here's a cliffhanger. They made it seem like the guy really died, like or like something really happened that he couldn't have gotten out of. How did he get out of it? You know what I mean? It wasn't just quite a cliffhanger. It was more than that. It was just it was like they almost basically lied to you, and so they could come back and be like, no, he gets away.
And then, worse than that, you cap it off with Goldberg. He sucks. He's got nothing to offer. Jay's right. He said that, and I agree. You know, it's just like, why do they need him there? And then you hear about Goldberg politicking last year to get the title off the Fiend because he should be booked as a superhero. And knowing that he intentionally squished Bray at basically the height of his career at that point, because the Fiend was recovering from the loss at Hell in a Cell, won the title back, had a great match with Daniel Bryan, the strap match at the Royal Rumble that everyone liked. I liked that match, and it was pretty well, favored. And then they completely just neutered him by having him lose so quickly to Goldberg after taking all that pain and punishment and for weeks, months, took so much. Goldberg couldn't even pick him up for the jackhammer, just suplexed him, and that was it.
I think that
and hearing that Goldberg, politic to do that, to have that outcome, just that burns my ass. It's like, why did you need that? You didn't need the WrestleMania payday. You knew, but you just pushed your way in there to Vince, and it worked.
Leaping Lizard, the Misfits actually did. That's what it's based off of. So the Misfits did base their look off of the Crimson Ghost. That's true.
Yeah.
That's actually true. So that's exactly where the Misfits got their whole thing from, was the Crimson Ghost. Yeah. So I guess it wasn't a movie. It was all serials, but they kind of put it into a movie a long time ago, and that's the one that I grew up on. I didn't know that it was originally just these little serials. But interesting. Anyway, that's something else for people to watch later if they want. I think a woman gets waffled in that movie.
I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
The guys like punch them in the face. Like when they fucking punch somebody, they like beat the women in the movie. What a lovely, wholesome thing.
Here we go. I'm about to get it, man. Here we go.
It's
About to
Bulzie.
get it, man.
Oh,
Here
you
we go.
piece of shit,
Here we go.
Bulzie.
Oh,
I hope you die, Bulzie.
no.
I hope you fucking die, Bulzie.
Hashtag Larry Funk died.
I hope you die.
Oh, you dirty, dumb cunt. Bulzie just wants to, he's just pulling the cheap shots, huh? Christ.
A real piece of shit ass.
Well, he's not the king anymore, so.
Bulzie, I'd like to choke you with your mother's fucking dildo collection. You know that?
Yeah, we got a few gay fanfics. We can go ahead and write him in.
Man, Cardi B's like going crazy on Twitter about WWE all night. She's tweeting and tweeting. Melina,
she's proving her fandom.
Yeah, she's actually a fan.
People were coming at her and
Give me a hell yeah!
That's
Cardi
funny.
B Twitter feed right now is more entertaining than Raw. She's tweeting out wrestling stuff.
Yeah,
Go figure.
Cardi B's on it. That is so weird. Yeah, I just brought it up. Cardi B's on a wrestling tear right now, dude. Just fucking crazy on Twitter right now. It's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah, she said she started watching. It seems like around 2004 or 5, more with Booker T and Triple H and Eddie and people.
Cardi
like
B,
that.
we're live on the Joe Cronin Show on YouTube right now, and my partner Jake,
A little bit of the bubbly.
his mom's got a wet ass pussy. Woo!
A little bit of the bubbly.
And fuck
Running
those
a
two
pot.
illegals on Drew's show. Get in the back of the 18-wheeler you came over the border in with your 100 family members. The US government selling your kids to perverted hillbillies.
Jesus.
Oh my God, Drew! Fuck you and your family and your wife. Fuck your stupid wife, Drew, and AJ Adams. Fuck you too. Fuck that nude.
Selling kids to the government.
Fuck that nude sharing Gina. Fuck Drew and his fucking big lips. Fuck all those little queer boys over on fucking his life and Drew. And yeah, man, fuck you, Drew.
Super chat.
Your wife's graphics
Six
suck
half
dick.
brain
How about
promo
that?
Goldberg tonight.
Oh, diverse. Thank you, man.
Yeah, diverse.
Sid's half a brain. I have half the brains that you
do.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you
tweeted
little
Cardi
meth
B.
head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Except your birth certificate is apology from the condom factory.
Ha, I know that's not true because my father said I was a blowjob gone wrong. So, there.
Oh, it's Bulzie. Look at this.
His mom's got a wet ass pussy. Woo! Cardi B, we're live on the Joe Cronin Show on YouTube right now.
I just told Cardi B that your mom has a wet ass pussy.
Macaroni in the pot.
How
Do
about
it.
that? You fucking sloppy piece of shit. How about that?
Let me
You
start
sloppy
dancing?
piece of
I
shit,
don't know.
Drew, you fuck. Hey, Drew, you big-lipped fuckbag. You're fatter than fucking Tommy's fake parents, you piece of shit. Fuck you, Drew, you big-lipped bitch. Fuck you, Drew. Your wife's graphics suck.
Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go.
J-Man from KC raped you.
Beautiful, what are you talking about?
ItsBulzie. Oh, you're beautiful, all right, baby. To all the priests in Saskatoon, you're beautiful. All right? In the name of the Father, the Son, and I'm inside your ass. Okay, that's what goes on with you, Bulzie. You know it. You know it. You know it. You know
he
it, brother.
He has no recollection of any of that since his uncle used to have him drink those, Benadryl Coladas. Those roofie milkshakes that he's famous for. Bulzie would wake up 3 days later, totally covered in Vaseline. But he didn't ask questions. Good kid.
Vaseline.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's on the Joe Cronin Show. What the hell? Boom.
Wow, I got Harper in doing that. I'm getting Harper in doing that voice.
We got Bailey going on Stone Cold soon. That's going to be good.
Here we go. Here we go.
Bailey?
Oh,
Bailey.
No.
Ding dong, bitch.
Hashtag Age Adams makes Joe Cronin.
Well, I mean, listen, you are my favorite black listener. Of all the African Americans that listen to this show, you are the best. We've got too many white people still, 60% white. I mean, we got to get rid of some of these pasty motherfuckers. Okay, there's a little too much mayonnaise going on here. It's AJ Adams. So run down the street to all the fucking local liquor stores and tell all your friends, man, Joe Cronin needs to get that 40% minority amount up. We need to go 40 to 60. We need to outdo everybody. Let's go. Let's get the minorities.
Said, I'll stop. And then I said, no, it's never going to work,
Yeah.
Sick bastard.
Yeah. I hope he gets caught with his niece on a Tuesday. How about that?
Here we go. About to get it, man. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh,
here we go.
Oh, no.
Joe Cronin loves Kyoking. He really loves it. Why do you think he has lower views?
What the hell is Kyoking?
I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's like when you're like choking in a kayak or when you're Mike Chioda like jerking off. I don't know.
You're choking but not hooked on phonics. That's what it is.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that could be it. I definitely did. I mean, I got a GED, but I can spell choking or whatever. I don't know. Oh, he must mean choking.
Views were fine until Bulzie chimed in.
Yeah, we actually had a good amount of viewers tonight. I mean, post-pandemic, 16,000 people stopped in tonight. Just want to say thanks to everybody who's been subbing tonight. More videos all week long. 16,000 views tonight.
Yeah, baby. Choking.
Hashtag Larry Funktard. Peace out, Minans.
Oh, my God, Bulzie. Minans? Dude, can you fucking spell a goddamn thing? You're a retard, dude. You are a fucking retard. At least Larry Funk could spell when he was alive. You're fucking alive, and you can't spell worth of shit. Okay, dude? Come on, bro.
You can still spell with a Ouija board.
I mean, you're donating money. You can't, look for a second at what you're saying.
Or tarot cards.
You're fucking so stupid that the special needs school down the street fucking is knocking at your door every morning. Fucking, they got a shoe-in sale. All right? Come on, bro. What the fuck, man? What credit card? Whose credit card do you steal? That's what I want to know. Bulzie.
Shit bomb.
You fuck.
Time for me to say goodnight. Bullfrog needs his nightly butt pumping and his niece could use a rest.
Oh.
I just love the taste of my boy frog's salty little tadpoles. Yum yum yum. Tastes like pork rinds.
Yikes. That's gross. And listen, guys, and thank you, Bulzie.
Bulzie's such an asshole. I think you and I need to use some Preparation H just to be careful.
Well, I want to thank him for becoming a $5 shit bum. You too out there can become a shit bum. Donation link is down below. The amounts are listed down below. The link to Streamlabs down below if you don't want a super chat below if you want. Plus, check us out on Patreon. We did a 2-hour podcast.
Bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at
2
this stuff.
hours.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Can't believe I'm about to say this, but I really hope to God Sheamus beats the shit out of both Drew and McIntyre at the Royal Rumble so Goldberg doesn't win. Would rather see Sheamus versus McIntyre at WrestleMania than Goldberg winning at Rumble.
Wow. I mean, I hope that doesn't happen. I mean, Robbie Hyde.
I can see that though. Like, I'd rather have them further the feud and like with Keith Lee or go ahead and I was hoping it would lead to a triple threat. Honestly, that's what I predicted earlier.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's, JCS Army. Joe and Jake, I am curious if there is any chance that Black and his GF along with Ricochet and Ali can end up in AU soon. I don't keep up on dirt sheets to know. Emo, they would be awesome there in AU. Too sweet y'all.
It's too bad. Too sweet, you baby. It's too bad because those guys, and you know what, they came up to the main roster and they got accepted by the fans too, and Vince liked them for a second. And then Vince ruined him.
Show the Lacey Evans botch I posted and the Chris Van Vliet almost breaking his neck I just posted.
Fish Fillet almost killed himself, huh?
Oh, please, God. Let Fish Van Vliet die, please.
Oh, Bullsey's still running his mouth. He's got a unique look. You know, it's hard for someone to look like a friggin' Nazi and a Holocaust victim at the same time, but he's got it down. He's got it down.
Oh, my God. Oh, I've seen this botch. I've seen this Chris Van Vliet thing.
Fish Fillet? Is this the when he's
Oh, yeah, he spikes himself right there. Good God.
Doesn't really go up and over with that one.
You know what Gangrel's thinking here is, I'm going to get sued.
I just killed this poor bastard.
Oh, my God.
He can't even get up. That hurt.
Oh, wow, that hurt.
And then he takes all the chops, and his chest was brutalized.
Oh, man. Gangrel with a kick to the midsection. They've got Gangrel's good painfully. Oh, my God. Spiked his head on the Impaler DDT. Oh. That's what you get, you idiot, for not interviewing me, you fucking scumbag. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Joe, you're the one that told me to destroy Drew's show cause you hate Mexicans and retards. His show is full of them, plus Karen Crackers whore of the core, you fat horse humping bitch.
Yeah, destroy his show. Take him, flag his show. Thank you, Age Adams. Take out his show.
That's your non-secret minion. You're starting the corporation.
I think maybe he's learning something from Stone Cold Steve Austin. What the hell's that? I mean, you make us wait. You know, I mean, it's like the Undertaker is trying to send a message to you, trying to send a message to the individuals in the ring.
Hey, when my music hits, damn, when the glass hits, Stone Cold's on his way to the ring to beat somebody's ass. Jim is under your hat.
God damn, I miss Austin. even when they don't know what they're saying, it's better.
I know. Yeah. When the glass, it's still good.
When the glass ass, motherfucker.
I don't know, man. I miss it, man. Go check out Botch Club, man. They are just loaded with good stuff today. If you guys haven't been over there in a little while, I mean, Jesus Christ, bro.
They've got so much content. They posted one recently that was absolutely hilarious.
Gotta look at this, guys.
I mean, they're all funny, but one had me dying.
27,000 followers. Go get them, and they're big. That's about it, man. I would recommend people to go check out me and Jake's 2-hour podcast. It's up on
giving
Patreon.
This a 4 out of 10. This had some, like, that main event was good too. I really liked the Keith Lee match. The fact that they ended clean, the reversal from going into the Claymore, then when he hits him with the pop-up power bomb, that basically, the spirit bomb was so just that smooth transition. The first time he got him like leaping over his head.
Yeah.
What's my name?
Dunkachino.
New game. Dunkachino. You want creamy goodness? I'm your friend. Say hello to my chocolate blend.
The devil called down to Georgia. He was looking for some votes to steal. He was in a bind cause he was way behind and he was willing to make a deal.
Heavy steps,
call down to Georgia.
You're gonna you would really want to find those votes because it'd be good for your mother if you did. It'd be good for your mother if you found those votes. What the hell does that mean? What are you saying? It's just be good for your mother if you found the votes. Be healthy for her to find the votes. What does my mother's health have to do with finding the votes? Or just me? I don't know, dude. We talked a lot about a lot of stuff.
No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
Oh,
I'm fucking Bobby Roode! Triple H wants to fuck me! Glorious!
2 years ago my mom died and you all were here for me. Much love to both of you and the JCS army.
Wow, WWE violin. I'm sorry about your mom, man. Yeah, I kind of remember that now.
I do recall, and I am sorry for that. And hopefully, you did find a way to handle it better. Time does make the emotions a bit easier to handle.
Or you hold it in like me since you were 8 and you start becoming a psychopath in your 30s.
And allow PTSD to take over your anxiety-ridden body.
Thank you, though. Man. Thank you. 24 coming in from WWE Violin.
We're still here for you. If you ever need anything, reach out to any of us on Twitter.
Mi madre espero. Sorry.
Donating like a badass still, too. We did get a few more entrants declared for the Royal Rumble. Daniel Bryan, obviously, is going to the Rumble. Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Riddle, and Elias. And then for the women's, we know that Nia Jax and Charlotte Flair are both in the Rumble. Biggest disappointment of the night, I think, was having Lashley lose. Yeah, no one cares. It's that's the problem with the Rumble. There's just no excitement to it. They really got to start beefing that up soon, hopefully.
Just get to the Rumble, man, and they're going to have I really hope they have a lot of surprises. They're going to need surprises because
they're going to need a lot of surprises and a lot of OMG moments, especially if they do allow fans, it'd be even better, but if they're not, then they're really going to have to pull out all the stops.
But at the same time, too, there's going to be no crowd there, so.
Well, they want to have fans. That's why they pushed it back to last week.
Right.
And other sports have been allowed to have fans. We've seen it with the NFL. We've seen it with, it's like, I don't know why they can't, or at least they're unwilling to do so. Supposedly they wanted to, but that's why they were fighting to add fans for the Rumble. We'll see. I hope they do. The Rumble won't be the same without genuine people counting down and that. I mean, I just rewatched on Sunday the Rumble again, laying in bed, not feeling great. I was like, and I rewatched the entire pay-per-view, and it really was a good Rumble from last year. The women's was a bit, of a letdown.
Like the
ending.
Last year's men's was good? I don't remember now.
Yeah, the men's Rumble was excellent. Brock Lesnar was the first entrant.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yes.
And Lesnar started off to like number 14 or 15, somewhere around there. And then Keith Lee came out and he starts the fight with Keith. And then Braun comes out and he eliminates both of them. Ricochet comes out. Then Ricochet low blows him and Drew eliminates him to a huge pop. Then eventually Edge comes back and injures AJ Styles. Edge and Orton had their big, reunion, and then Edge throws him out of the ring. Roman almost makes it, but then Drew wins, and Drew got this huge ovation. It was a great Rumble. I mean, there's certainly been better Rumbles, but it was still really damn good compared to the last few years' Rumbles, especially on the men's side of things. The women's was disappointing the way they had Baszler come in and wreck shop. She got the most eliminations in record time, and then all of a sudden, Charlotte pulls her low bridges the rope and pulls her over with a scissor takedown, and Baszler got eliminated. But it was after she already escaped that the first time, so she looked really stupid. Same thing that happened tonight with Bobby Lashley he lets go. Usually he never lets go of the chokehold, but this time he lets go when Riddle taps. He never lets it go, ever. But this time he lets go as soon as the tap happens. Come on. So then the ref doesn't see it. It was a very stupid way to get Riddle to win there. It should have just been a roll up instead of having Riddle tap. I don't like the idea of rolling up the champion anyways. He shouldn't be losing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
It's ridiculous.
Unfortunately for it's so stupid when they do this. Like, he gets a title shot because he pinned the champion. I fucking hate that. It makes the champion look weak before the match happens. It doesn't make sense.
Yep.
It's like,
so I see the champion lose, and my brain goes, I die now, no more work, goodbye. Like, it just shut off, and I'm like, great, thanks. You checked out, but you left me here. The fuck am I going to do now?
Yeah.
And I just start drooling, staring at the TV screen. Like
and
it's
more wishy-washy shit with Lashley.
It's the 50-50 booking that we don't need. So now, he beat him before, so now I got to beat you this time, so then you could beat me next time. And that's why no one ever feels special or dominant or because they can't go on a winning streak or they can't, mount up enough of an offense to really make it a commanding lead because it's their week to lose and you know it.
Right.
So it's just, you can't get into the matches.
Well,
we lost a long time ago that any given Sunday feel, that spontaneous, anybody has a chance to win, even though it's scripted feeling that went out the window, like the shock factor.
Yeah, that is definitely true. I don't think I have anything else left. So, Jake, should I bid you adieu, sir?
I bid you adieu, my good man.
I bid you adieu, Jake.
Sexy. Have a great night and go listen to our 2 hours on Patreon. It's excellent.
Thank you, man. Love you, Jake. I'll hit you up later. Mwah, thank you for that. Everybody love you guys. Here's some wrestling commentary from me. And if you guys don't know, right now, 2-hour episode up on Patreon right now. Make sure you select a tier. If you're a $7 patron, even though you're a $7 patron, you got to select the $5 category to see $5 posts. It makes no sense, but that's just how Patreon is, and they haven't fixed it yet. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go check us out 2 hours on Patreon.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
AU has fans. Why can't WWE have fans?
Because WWE isn't really in that part of Florida, but they should be. And it looks like they're going to make their way down to that part of Florida, maybe in the Miami area like AEW. So it looks like they're trying to do it for the Rumble. I hope it happens. Hail Metal Forever, thank you for the $3. So it looks like fans should be coming back, according to what Jake said and everybody else in the reports. Hope it happens, because I'd like to see it again. Please, God, give us fans again.
The competition is getting pretty fierce here in New England All-Star
Here's some more Joe Cronin commentary.
I'm Joe Cronin. We're
Check
back
it out
here,
on Patreon, guys.
making a name for himself all over the
I'll
world
see you
as
guys
far as
later.
wrestling goes. Evolve Wrestling, Ring of Honor, just to name a few. And Retro AG going over the top. Oh, here he goes. He's looking for that unprettier. Oh, no, look out. Oh, back suplex countered by Brian Pillman Jr. He had it scouted. To the corner he goes. Oh, back elbow to the jaw. Might have separated. Retro AG, oh, power slam. 1, 2, 3. No, so close for Brian Pillman Jr. All right, to the corner. Off the second rope. What a cutter. What a cutter. 1, 2, and oh, no. Separation there from Brian Pillman Jr. Oh, my goodness. And here we go. It's a slugfest. Retro AG firing. Brian Pillman Jr. firing. And back we go. Seesaw with these vicious strikes to the heads. How much more can these men take? Brian Pillman Jr. Oh, that shot right to the spine. And a lariat to the back as well. And now Fisherman. Oh, man. 1, 2, 3. No. Springboard. Oh, no, he slipped. Oh, super kick. A big mistake by Brian Pillman Jr. Oh, look out. Here we go. Look out. Yes. Oh, super unprettier. The retro ride. 1, 2, 3. Anthony Gray to face Brian Pillman Jr. Oh, she wrote one mistake by Brian Pillman Jr. And Retro AG saw it and he capitalized. You got to give it to him. Even Brian Pillman Jr. giving him a slap to the hands, although he's infuriated with the mistake, obviously. But Retro AG is going to go on to the Junior Heavyweight Championship 4-way match this April at Turbulence. The heavyweight champion of Pro Valley. And this place is just, look at the cameras shaking from this place, rocking right now. And it's going to be against each other. And you got to wonder how the friendship is going to hold up. Like I said, this could be a huge strain on the relationship of these two men. To Brandon Webb. Here we go. Oh, no, reverse. Oh, my God. Teddy Good's head broke that steel chair into pieces. Here comes another referee now. Are you kidding me? No. 1, 2, 3. Oh, my goodness. Teddy
the front face lock. Now he's hooking the arm. He leaps off, uses the power, but he can't lift Hammer Tunis. Oh, the backstabber by Hammer Tunis on the champion's spine. Sexy Jesus is going to ascend to the heavens. They say that someday he'll come again and off the
on this situation.
He's not used to the heavens. Oh! He went for a huge moonsault and missed. Goods with a super kick. Knee to the face. Brady Webb to the outside. Oh my goodness. Oh, look out below. Teddy Goods. Oh my God. Oh my. Goods absolutely annihilated Brady Webb.
Really?
A little bit. I like that he's, you know, he's a go-getter. You can tell right off the bat. I mean, it's a little bit insulting what he said about Bob earlier tonight, but, you know, and I hope what he said doesn't happen, but, you know, make a name for yourself. Sometimes you got to be that way. Evans caught him early. Oh, my goodness, the first fall! TK Ryan can't believe it.
You can't believe it. Luckily, he's got another fall that he can fall back on, so to speak.
Here we go! And now Dunn shoving Goods away. Rolls up. Here we go! Big time cutter in the middle of the ring! 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, JT Dunn! So close to winning the match, he almost became the top rope heavyweight champion! Oh, Casa! Oh my God, he's doing that fireball, and then he hit him with the helmet! The Devil's Reject into the casket!
He's taking the casket and shutting it.
Costa closes the casket! Cut by Denny Miles. Chris Escobar just with a low blow, I believe, on Kenwood. Referee's in the inside of the ring, though. Over the top goes Wagner Brown to the outside. Miles. Wagner Brown follows it up. Suicide dive!
Then Teddy throwing Webb into the corner. Here comes Webb. Look out, back body drop. Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Holy crap! Oh my God! Teddy Goods sent the Devil's Reject straight to hell! Absolutely unbelievable! I can't believe it!
Oh! Michinoku driver! 2, 3! Oh my God, no, it's a 2! It's a 2! As of right now, he's still the champion. Will he be when this ends? Ducks under a clothesline. And a running knee! Danny Miles to the outside! And now here it comes! Guns through the ropes! Suicide dive! By Teddy Goods! Nico Silva got the upper hand for what in the world is Ryan Waters doing right now? What in the world is Ryan Waters doing? Oh, look out! Oh my goodness! Down to the back of Nico Silva! Oh my God, is Nico Silva broken? And now what is Waters doing? Oh! Oh, the ladder's weight kept crashing down on Silva! And now we see the sadistic side of Ryan Waters. You knew Ryan Waters would do anything here, and it's, as I said, Brockton Hospital's not that far away. And we may need the services of the ambulances that are outside this TLC match here in Campanelli Stadium. Ryan Waters, went for a suplex, reversed. Oh, a boot by Nico Silva. Look out! Oh, an impaler DDT! Oh, wow, did that catch Ryan Waters? He spiked his head right off the canvas. Comparison, that's awesome.
Well, these guys earn it.
They are earning it right now. That beginning of the match was no fluke.
Oh my!
Super kick, Taven! Now springboard! Oh, he caught the side of an elbow! And now Biff catches a super kick. Now Taven with a running knee. Mike Bennett off the corner of turnbuckle. All 4 men are down!
Whoever can capitalize.
Here comes Nico Silva! Oh my goodness! Nico Silva went to Spear Waters! And Nico Silva missed and exploded through the table! Didn't even know it! Nico with a right hand to the eye. Another shot to the eye. He might have blinded Ryan Waters right in the face. And now Nico Silva. What in the world is... Being set up right to the buckle by Goods, who's lower back. He's in pain. He's been caned in the head, and he won't give up. Here comes Goods. Outside the ring. Oh, my! 7 count coming. Look out. Oh, my God, no! Oh, man, broken back. Holy crap. That might be, he might be dead. This place is on fire right now. He is your world champion. He's your interstate champion. What an incredible match. Just an absolute incredible match. Teddy Goods to fight through everything he's been through today. He was jumped earlier by Danny Miles. And for every idiot who's out there going, Joe, how can you hand a microphone off to Mike Bennett and be over here doing commentary? Fact of the matter is, I'm magical, all right?
Do I jump at the opportunity to come back to top rope? I leap at the opportunity to come back to Brockton.
Sorry, we got 2 words for you.
This is my dear loyal lieutenant, Brother Cronin. He's a good man.
What's up, wrestling fans? We are live in Kingston, Massachusetts at Pins. This is New England All-Star Wrestling. My name is Joe Cronin, and we're getting ready for one that could get a little bit nasty. Now the obvious, I would believe that Rex Lawless is the stronger of the two. Oh no, he suckered him in, a single leg takedown, and that's just, see right there, you talk about a bully. That's the bully stuff we're talking about. Hey, you want to test the strength? I'm the stronger guy. Oh, but no, I'm going to sweep the leg out from underneath you. And over the top goes Mike, rather Lawless. Mike downstairs, up and over, goes Rex Lawless, and again, this time Mike Furnace showing up. Lawless. Lawless upstairs with a hurricane run. Wow. Showing that agility from the big man. That was actually pretty impressive. Here comes Lawless in the corner. Up and over he goes. Easily. Oh my goodness. Now with the reversal. Mike Furnace to the corner. Up and over he goes. Oh, what a drop kick. Starting to come on their feet. I want to remind you, Spring Breakdown, Robo vs. Jourdain, Thursday, March 12th, streaming live at 8 p.m. exclusively on Title Match Wrestling Network. Our sponsor here today. That's a big heavyweight. Here comes Lawless off the rope. He speared the hell out of Verna. And that could be in 1, 2. No! The left hand! The left shoulder! The left shoulder of Mike Furnace shot off the canvas. Incredible as now, look out down below, oh no! Mike Furnace moved, thank goodness he did. He would have been roadkill if Lawless had landed on him. Comes Mike Furnace. He's getting some momentum and a huge right hand. Caught Lawless in the jaw. Now Lawless hangs himself up and suckers in Mike Furnace though, very smart move by Rex. Rex Lawless flexing through that knee. And now he's going to take Mike Furnace, escort him off the ropes. Furnace catches him with a DDT, spikes the head. Lawless is getting back up though, and now Furnace right back to work here. Oh, fisherman suplex, he can hold it, 2.5. So close, he was so much energy was spent trying to fisherman suplex, trying to get him up. Trying to bridge, rather, was Mike Furnace, and the bridge was really, really tough. He may have just wanted to get on him and cover him normally, because the bridge took so much out of him, and look at that, now he can't pick him up. That's it, oh man. Lawless across the back. Mike Furnace might have spent all his energy, choke slams! Look out. This is gonna be devastating, it is! 1, 2, and no! I can't believe Mike Furnace kicking out of these things. A gem of a match. And now Mike Verna, look out! Can he hold him? Oh my God! 1, 2, 3, Mike Verna! Unbelievable! Unbelievable! The face of Lawless smashed off the canvas! He may have knocked him out! What a power move by the smaller of the two men! The Man of Steel, Mike Verna! Give this man his due! Devastation from our sponsor, Title Match Wrestling Network. And look at this, able to hold on. And look at the back of the head of Rex. Knocked him out right there. What goes up must come down. And it did. For Mike Verna in this victory, he's got some fans here in Kingston.